What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's Ricky Arnold here, and I have a different type of video for you guys that I've not done in quite a long time. It's been quite a few months since I've actually done a videography / photography video, so I've been itching to do one. I have tons of ideas for the ones that I wanted to do, but I just had a multitude of tech videos that I wanted to do for you guys. But again, this is still technology, it's just a different type of technology, so I really hope you guys still enjoy this kind of stuff. Make sure you leave it in the comments if you guys do enjoy the photo and videography type stuff, as well as my other technology type videos on the channel. But anyway, so the purpose of today's video is actually to show you guys my ideal travel videography photography setup. This is what I'm going to be using when I actually want to travel and travel light. So this is something that will make you more of like a minimalist and still be able to get the job done very well, and it will have every single piece that you'll need to make great vlogs, make good travel videos, or take awesome photos on your travels. So let's roll that intro and I'll get right into this setup. Let's go. Okay, so the main reason for this video is because I was sent a really awesome travel backpack by a company that I worked with before. That company that brought me the TechNet mechanical keyboard that I gave away. They also sent me this really awesome backpack. It is actually from, it looks like a manufacturer called Tigernu. So I'm pretty sure it's a Chinese company, but this is an awesome little travel backpack, and it has a lot of really cool features that I think you guys are really going to enjoy. If you guys are travel photographers / videographers like myself, and you guys like to get out there, this is an awesome little minimalist option that you guys can go with. It has some really cool stuff in it. So the first main thing that's really awesome about it is the fact that it has a USB pass-through right here on the side. And it gives you the ability to actually put your charger right here and charge your phone, charge your devices, do anything you want like that. And it has another USB pass-through that goes to the inside of the backpack right here. And then you just take one of your external battery packs and you plug it in and you're away. Look at that. You have you just tuck it right in there and you have yourself a little USB pass-through, so you can charge your iPhone like I have right here, or you can take a USB-C connector or just a regular USB connector and charge up all your devices. So that is the main really cool feature about this backpack, but again, there's a lot more features and we're going to go through those really quick too. So this thing actually has a ton of different pockets to store everything you could ever want. It is a smaller backpack, but it actually does fit a 15.6-inch laptop. I've tried it myself. I have the Asus ROG GU501. It is not exactly the smallest 15-inch laptop, but it does fit in this backpack just fine, and I had zero problems trying to fit it in there. So along with all of the space capacity, it does have metal zippers, which are really sturdy, and they feel great when you're actually zipping and unzipping the backpack. The backpack is water resistant. I didn't test this myself, but it actually does have this different material right here. You can actually feel it. It kind of has that, I think it's like a neoprene feel. So it is that material that will bead water off of it. So it's not waterproof, but it is water resistant. So that's a great added feature, because if you're out, maybe in a jungle or something like that, you never know where you're gonna be. I went to Hawaii a long time ago and it started raining, so be a great feature to have when you're in somewhere like that. And then another thing that's really awesome is the actual padding that goes against your back. So it's got this like pillow padding right here, and it feels like memory foam. Feels really good, and I think for long durations, if you're wearing this backpack, it's not gonna fatigue you too much at all. And then another two cool little added features they put on this thing is this little guy right here. This actually allows you to, if you have a roller bag, you can actually take your little roller bag, extend your arm up, and then put this around your roller bag arm, and it will stay right there, and you can actually just roll the two together. And then my favorite feature about this, actually, if you're an international traveler, you actually have this secret pocket right here that if you open it like this, it has a little secret compartment to store your passport or something like that. So I think that's really awesome, because it keeps it on your person, and it's going to be sitting behind you. So if someone's going to try to rob you or steal your important stuff, they're really going to have to try to do that, or just rip this backpack completely off you, which that's going to cause a scene, and they'll probably get caught. So really cool added feature right there, and I really like it. Okay, so the very first piece of the puzzle you're going to need to figure out when you make your ideal travel setup is what camera you're going to want to choose to bring. So my pick is my Sony A6500 right here. So the reason I'm picking this camera is because it is super small, it is compact, it shoots in 4K, and it also does 1080p 120 frames a second for that super buttery smooth slow-mo. And it does every single thing that I would need to be able to vlog with this thing and actually do some really awesome travel type cinematic footage. It is an awesome little camera. I actually used it as my main like wedding photography camera and videography camera for an entire year, and I shot only on this thing, and it was absolutely awesome. I have only a couple of complaints about it. I mean, okay, it's not the most perfect camera, but it's a great option for a travel setup because it is so light and compact, and it packs a lot of power within it. So the one con I'm going to point out to you right now is the battery life on it. So again, you're going to need to bring a bunch of batteries. So I made sure I put those off to the side here. So minimum, I would say minimum 4 batteries. And that's even still cutting it pretty close. If you could bring more, bring more. This backpack that I'm going to show you actually has a lot of space in it. So I think you should be able to get away with more batteries. But so the A6500 or just like the A6000 line in general, they do not have the best battery life. But I'm going to show you a way to get around that with this awesome backpack that I'm going to show you here. And again, if you don't have the space to bring all those different batteries, this thing I'm going to show you right here is actually going to take care of that problem. But again, so for the camera choice, we're going to go with the A6500. If I was going to have you guys have another option of the main camera, I would actually say go ahead and choose the A6400 because it does have the actual flip up screen so you can actually see yourself when you're vlogging. And I'm sure a lot of you are looking at me right now going, Ricky, you have a giant microphone on top of that camera right there. How are you going to see the flip up screen? Well, they do make a little adapter bracket with a cold shoe on it that you can actually go off to the side, put your mic right there off to the side. That way you can actually have that screen flip up and you can vlog just like you're supposed to. So there's a way around that. I'll link it in the description below, and you guys will be doing just fine with that setup. Okay, so we chose our main camera. So we can't take that camera in the water, can we? We can't get that thing wet. It's not waterproof. So to alleviate that problem, we're gonna go ahead and bring a GoPro. So I have the GoPro Hero 7 Black, and this is my camera of choice for like action sport type stuff, you know, like wakeboarding, wake surfing, you know, anything that has to do with water, anything like outdoors. It's crazy, it might end up getting broken or something like that. I bring this guy. Again, this thing shoots in 4K, has a ton of different like slow-mo frame rates. It does. I actually use this on my travels to do those hyperlapses because those things are super awesome. And this thing is a very versatile little camera. Again, you have another option with the new, I believe it's the DJI Osmo Action or something like that, I think it's called. And these two are like pitted, those two things are like pitted against each other pretty much. They do basically the exact same thing. But my choice is this one right here because I've been using it for a while. I know how to use it and I absolutely love it. But again, even with that, don't forget to bring extra batteries for your GoPro. I would say 2 minimum, but if you can bring more, again, I usually bring 4, just in case. Alright, so as I was saying about the A6000 line of cameras, the A6000, 6300, 6400, 6500, you get it. Those different cameras, as I was saying, they have these little small batteries. They're these little guys right here. And they don't last very long, especially when you're shooting 4K video. So you're gonna need a way to actually get that to work all day long. You're gonna need something to recharge your batteries that maybe you're not gonna end up getting an outlet when you're on your travels. So that's where this backpack comes in, and it's really, really helpful. So you can take a regular USB, and I'm looking at the camera. There you go. So this little guy, put it right in the side charging port like you did with your cell phone or something like that, and just take a regular USB cable, and you can actually take your Sony camera, especially the A6500. I know for a fact on the A6500 this works. I'm not sure about the other cameras. The A6400, this should work too. So you take your little charging brick right here, you plug it into your backpack right here, make sure you hit it and turn it on if it requires that, and then you can plug it into your A6500, and let's see if you guys can see it. See a little light right there? So that means it's charging. So you can actually have your little charging guy, you can even bring a bigger one than this. Like I have one of these right here. This thing is a huge power bank, and I can use this to actually run my camera all day long. I use this at weddings, and this is my hack to actually I run this camera before, but I don't do it anymore, but I use this to run my A7 III all day without having to charge batteries. So very, very handy. All right, now we can't make vlogs without having something to actually hold our camera. So what I normally use is a Joby GorillaPod. So this is like the YouTube vloggers like starter kit thing. Everybody has to have one of these. So they're really versatile. You can pretty much bend it, put it however you want. You can mount it like this. You can actually bend it around and mount it to different things. And then you can actually just hold it out like this and put your camera on top of it and vlog with it. And this will work with the GoPro as well, because there's a little mount that comes with it that you can actually mount your GoPro on it, so you can vlog with your GoPro if you'd like to. So I have a couple different GorillaPods. This isn't the one that I mainly use. This is like the older, like smaller one, but you might even be able to see it. It's back there with holding my light. That's the bigger one, the 5K. That's the one that I normally use, and I'll have that link down in the description for you. Now this next item is not required, but if you're serious about your travel videos like I am, and you really want to stand out from the crowd, well actually not stand out because everybody has one nowadays, but you're going to need a drone. So the drone that I own is the DJI Mavic Pro Platinum, and I have this little cool case that I carry it in. I'll show you guys that. But here it is right there. So this thing folds up, it's really small, it's compact, and it fits in that backpack still perfectly. Another option to this would be obviously the Mavic Air, or you could use the Spark. Now, I know the Spark only shoots, I believe it doesn't even shoot in 4K, I don't think. So if you wanted to make sure you can shoot in 4K just like your camera, I would say go with the Mavic Air or you go with the Mavic Pro. And please, if you guys are going to take one of these on your travels with you, look up the local laws, fly safely, and if you need a license, make sure you guys actually have it, or you're going to get in trouble or you're going to get your drone taken away. So that's my little disclaimer. Please don't get your drone taken away, and please don't crash it into something where there's a bunch of people in public. So be smart, fly smart, and enjoy your drone. Now the next item is going to be something that a lot of people overlook, but is actually really needed for cinematic footage. If you guys are just getting into shooting video, this is going to be something that I may need to do a little bit more explaining on. I may do an entire video on this, but these are something that is pretty essential to any filmmaker, because you're not always going to get to shoot at the perfect time of day, especially when you're traveling. You're not always going to get to shoot, you know, right at sunrise or sunset and get the perfect colors. So what you're going to need is a bunch of ND filters. So this one right here goes to the camera, and it's a variable ND filter. So you actually have little, let me see if I can get that right there. You have little tick marks right there, and you can actually adjust it to adjust the brightness on it. Normally the rule is when you shoot cinematic footage, you want to double your shutter speed to what your frame rate is. So say you're shooting 4K, 24 frames a second, you want to be shooting at 1/50th. So out in the bright sunlight, that's going to be really, really bright. If you're usually going to be shooting at the lowest ISO, of course. You're going to be shooting at ISO 200 or 100, depending on what your settings are. But in the bright, like middle of the day, you're going to have a completely blown out image if you try to shoot at that. So normally what people will do, if you don't know what you're doing, is you'll crank your shutter. But I mean, some pros still do it and they say it's fine, but you'll crank your shutter and then it will be, it'll look a little bit differently. But they always say to get the most smooth footage, you want to double what your frame rate is that you're shooting at. So like I said, if I shoot at 4K 24, I want my shutter speed to be 1/50th. If I shoot at 1080p 120 frames a second, I want to be shooting at 1/240th of a second with my shutter speed. So to allow yourself to be able to do that and not have a completely blown out image, you use one of these ND filters that will basically just darken your image for you when it's really, really bright out. That way you can actually still get shallow depth of field with your lenses in the middle of the bright day. So in case you guys didn't know that, that's how you do that. Again, if you guys want to see an entire video on how that works, let me know in the comments below and I will do it, because that's going to take a lot more explaining and I don't have time in this one video to do that. So just make sure you go ahead and pick up some ND filters, not only for your main camera, pick some up for your drone, because drone footage does not look good when it's really, really bright in the middle of the day. Trust me, I've done it myself and I've wondered why the heck my footage looks so terrible, and it's because you don't have the right ND filters when you're shooting at the wrong time of day. So like I said, sometimes you don't have a chance to shoot at the right time of day, so these help with that. So get some for your drone, and then make sure you get some for your GoPro. These things are a game changer with the GoPro. You're always going to be shooting in like really bright conditions with a GoPro most of the time, because action sports stuff usually happens during the day. So get yourself some ND filters for your GoPro, and I promise you, you'll get so much better looking GoPro footage. So we chose the A6500 for our camera. What lens are we going to choose? Now that is a very subjective thing that's completely up to you, but I can give you some suggestions. So my main suggestion would be the Sigma 16mm if you guys have it or you can afford it. This thing is really awesome. It's versatile. You can get really, really close to things. It's got a really it's got a very shallow focusing distance, so you can get really close to stuff and do sort of like macro stuff with it. It looks very natural when it's on an A6500 because it's not really a 16. It actually kind of crops into a 24 because of that crop factor. so it's more of like a very natural looking type of lens focal length, and that's actually what I'm shooting this video on right now. That's when I shoot these. I shoot it on my 16mm, and I put that on my A7 III, and that's what I shoot these still with, because I just prefer the look of it. Again, like I have on the camera right here, this is the Zeiss 55mm 1.8. I mean, you could bring something like this, but to vlog with, it's not going to be ideal because you're going to be really close in on your face. So if you're vlogging and you're doing stuff like that, you're going to want something with a really wide field of view. You could do something like this. This is my 16 to 35 mil. This I would probably personally bring. That way I can have a little bit of a zoom. But again, that's going to be a trade-off because the 16mm is a 1.4, so you can shoot in really super low light with that. But this one is actually an f4, so it's a little bit, it struggles a little bit more in low light. You'll get a little bit more of that grain. So if you have room, just bring them both. But but if you don't, I would say if you were to bring one lens with you, I would say use a Sigma 16mm and you're gonna be just fine. All right, now, so that's really it for the actual like camera and shooting portion of this video. That's really what I would bring to actually shoot kind of like an action / vlog / travel video, because you can do a lot with just a little bit of equipment like that. But if you guys are gonna actually be on your trip for quite a while, you're gonna need something to edit your footage, and you're gonna need something to store your footage. So my laptop that I use currently is the Asus ROG GU501. I did an entire video on this thing on the channel. I will link it up here so you guys can see it. But this thing is awesome. It is, you know, one of the thin and lights. It's not like the lightest laptop in the world, and it's not the thinnest one either, but it's a lot better than something that I've had in the past, and it has a Core i7 in it and a GTX 1060, so it can still edit just like a champ, and I really still enjoy it. This may get upgraded in the future, but for right now it works. And the link that I will have in the description for you guys, the one I will suggest for you, is actually newer. It is the like the Strix Scar 3, I think it's called, but it's just better. It has a more updated graphics card, has a more updated processor, but it's the same price that I bought this one for originally, so that's what I would suggest you guys go with. And for storage that I suggest that you guys can like edit your videos right off of and store all your stuff off of are these Samsung T5 portable SSDs. Now, I was a little skeptical about these because I didn't know if they were going to be worth the price tag, but I'm going to tell you right now, these things are worth every penny. So I actually shelled out for the 1 terabyte version of this, because you can seriously put your footage and your photos right on this thing and edit it in Premiere right off of these SSDs, and you'll have like no lag in your program, even with my laptop. So highly recommended. I'll have this link down below. Definitely pick one of these up, guys, if you guys are going to be editing your stuff on the go. Oh, did I mention how tiny they are? Look at this thing. Just fits in your hand. It's super small. It's like a little credit card. So love that too. All right, you guys, so that's really it. I just really wanted to go through and take you guys through a little bit of my photography and videography stuff. I had a really cool idea just to do this video because that company was gracious enough to send me this really awesome backpack. Again, link will be in the description. Make sure you guys check this thing out. It'll give me a kickback if you guys do buy it from my link, so make sure you guys do that. But thank you to that company. Thank you guys at TechNet and at Tigernu for sending me this backpack. It was really awesome. I can't wait to actually get on a travel and use it. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys are, you know, fans of the photography and videography videos, make sure you guys let me know in the comments below, and I'll be sure to keep doing more of them. If you guys want some more photography tips or videography tips, I have a wealth of knowledge, but I was just busy doing all my other, you know, like computer technology videos, so I just had to put those ones on the back burner for a little while. But I have no problem doing those photography and videography videos because I can seriously talk about this stuff for hours. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here and stop talking already so we can end the video. So make sure you guys leave me comments down below if you guys have any questions about what I featured in this video. Again, every single product that I'm gonna have in this video is linked in the description, so you guys check those links out. Make sure you guys go to my kit.com or my Amazon store and check those things out. Make sure you guys leave the video a like if you enjoy this kind of content, and then make sure you guys sub to the channel, turn those notifications on, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.